Hello, hello, listeners. It's me again, the quiet one. Today is my first ever story time video. Now, before we get into it, a few things that I want to say. This is a fictional story. This did not happen. Second of all, there's going to be a little bit not that seriousness in this story. And third, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you like this video. And yeah, let's get into it. Wait, we gotta do an intro. Story time, story time, story time. I think that's a good intro. Let's get into it. So, to start off, this is ASMR horror story. I was 14. So, I was going out, right? I was going out. Halloween. Halloween is great. I love Halloween. I'm excited for it. So yeah, 14, just going out in the street, trick-or-treating and all that stuff, right? So I'm just walking, right? And then I saw this kind of guy. He was just walking around. I was like, dang, his costume is pretty freaking good. He just had this kind of like leather jacket, and he had this like cargo black pants or something. But then he had like this kind of prop. I thought it was a toy, but in reality it was a freaking shotgun. Yeah, shotgun. And I was like, yo, that kinda looks real. I'ma just walk around and everything. Go trick-or-treating, continue my trick-or-treating. So I went to this other house, right? I just went, continued my trick-or-treating. And so I just went to this other house, continued my trick-or-treating. And guess what? The dude has stopped. He was just standing there. The man was just standing there with a whole shotgun. Just standing there. And I was kind of getting creeped out right now. I'm 14. Sir, can y'all leave me alone? So I go out. I got some candies. I turn around, walk back home. I was like, nah, I ain't doing this. I'm just gonna go back home and watch my cartoons, alright? Okay, I'm gonna go out. And then, yeah, what happened was the dude started following me. It's creepy. The dude started following me. I was just, dang. I was really kind of like scared. So, okay, I'm continuing, walking. The dude is still following me. What do? I start to run. So I run, right? Run over the hedge. Not the movie. And then, I just run again. Boom. For a split second, I lost track of him. I don't see him. I don't think he's near me, right? So I was like, dang, my heart is pounding and everything. And I'm like, okay, maybe this dude, he kind of just went on his business and everything. And that's it, right? But, I had to go around back to the road to go back to my home. Because the road's all messed up and all that. So, I just go back. And what do I see? The dude is still there. He's still there on the road where I need to go. And I was like, yo, does this guy know where I live? Okay, new plan. I'm gonna run. I ran, right? I just ran as fast as I could. Again, I went to this kind of looking car. I tried opening it, but of course it was locked, right? So what I thought of doing is going to a stranger's house, and I was like knocking at the door, like open the door, trick or treat. Well, the dude is right behind me. But nobody answered. I go to the other house. Nobody answered. I go to the other house. Finally, someone answered. And I was like, trick or treat. By the way, do you see that guy behind me? And they were like, what? What are you talking about, kid? There's no guy behind you. I was like, okay. Are you sure you don't see it? Because it seemed pretty real to me. I don't think I'm hallucinating or something. And the people were very nice, and they were like, no, we don't see it. Anyone out here? was I just imagining it, like a kid's imagination or something? Okay, so I went off, right? I went off back home, and all the road back, there was no guy with a shotgun. He just disappeared. So I go back home, right? I go back home, get in my bed, just sleeping and everything, and I hear some bushes, just like just doing that kind of sound. And I was shook, right? I was shocked. I was like, no way, there's somebody outside my house. I took a look at the window, and, well, what do I see? The same guy with the shotgun. I was like, nah, this is getting crazy. I'm out at this point. No, this is it. I'm going, I don't know, just lock doors. Well, they're locked, but yeah. So, he was just standing there, right? Just looking at me. I was looking at him. I go to my parents. I was like, yo, wake up. There's a guy standing outside my window. They go check the window. Nobody's there. Nobody's there. I was like, yo, there's either this dude is some kind of Kunjitsu master and he knows teleportation, or I'm just imagining things. But, okay, the next morning, I wake up, it's no longer Halloween, right? But it's still, kind of that morning, that, Halloweenish morning in October, and all that stuff. And I was like, dang, what happened last night? Was that dude really, out there or not? So, basically, I just ate my breakfast. I was getting ready to go to school, right? I got my backpack, everything's fine. Why do I get out, right? I get out and see, those kind of scarecrow thingies. There's a scarecrow, but identical to that dude. And he's wielding a shotgun too, but obviously it's not a real shotgun anymore. And I was like, bruh, what? Why is that dude the same dude that was chasing me last night? So, okay, I brushed it off after school, I'm coming back. And, yeah, I go walk past that scarecrow, right? Wow. The scarecrow, it's just an identical copy of that thing, right? So I just walk past it, right? Walk past it, and I hear this little sound, right? I hear this little shush, little, shimmy sound, right? I turn around, and I see that there is no scarecrow there. No scarecrow at all. And I was like, yo, I'm getting scared right now. This is not great. The other morning, I'm going again through that room where the scarecrow is. The scarecrow is gone. And I'm like, yo, what is happening right now? Okay, I go to my school. Everything seems to be great. I go back into I go back home from school right after school. And then I walk again. The whole, kind of atmosphere, it was very windy and everything like that. And I remember I was staying up a little bit late. I was walking around town and everything. And then it got dark. It got dark real quick. And I was like, bro, if I see this dude again, I don't know if it's the scarecrow or it's some kind of mythical, I don't even know. Okay, I was just walking down, right? Everything seemed to be normal. But then I heard again those little shimmy sounds. Bruh, no way. I turn around, look over. The dude is standing there with a shotgun. At this point, I've had it. I'm like, nah, there is no way. There is no way. Okay, maybe I was acting like I'm not, I was gonna do something. But then I just kept on walking, walked back to my house, and that's it. that scarecrow was gone. Like, the whole stick was gone. Everything that was related to that scarecrow was gone. And hey, I was kind of, like, is this it? Is the dude not gonna show up? Because there's definitely some relation to the scarecrow and that dude. So anyway, I walked back from school again, and nothing happened. Everything seemed to be fine. Everything was great. And then, well, that's it. And then I was like, and that was the last time I saw. And that's it. I walked back home the next morning. No scarecrow at all. Nothing is really happening with the scarecrow anymore. There's no, kind of scarecrow thingies. And that's it. And I was like, okay, maybe it was some kind of, I don't know, supernatural thingy or something else. So, yeah. And that's it. That's the story. I hope you enjoyed. I know it's not a great story, probably, but I wanted to make a first video. There will be better stories. This was just the first story that came up the top of my head, and I was like, I gotta make a video. I gotta make something since I want to do this stuff. So, yeah, I just made this story. Of course, it didn't happen, but I thought it was cool. I thought it was like, something with the scarecrow and all that. But anyways, if you thought it was lame, say it in the comments. If you thought it was cool, also say it in the comments. And overall, if you like this video, please do drop a like. Please do drop a subscribe. And I will see you in the next video, in the next story time. Hopefully there'll be something more juicy, something more better, maybe something more scarier. I kind of throw in a little bit more comedy-ish, talking, not really serious. But anyway, this was just an ASMR, kinda good, maybe not, story. I hope you enjoyed, and like I said, I will see you in the next video.